Okay. Cool game capture. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Okay. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Breakfast Spelunky. I have a couple of, as I do some housekeeping, I can get the mouse out of the way and do some cleanup here. There, let's turn the music. It's nice to have a little bit of music in the background. Okay. So, let's see. The world has changed a lot in the last week, and I'm not going to address that too much, but let's just say we're at home a lot more, and because of that, a lot has happened. In the things that we've been trying to announce for months, suddenly we found the time to do it. And so now we find ourselves in a situation where, we have a Discord that I just pasted the link to in the stream chat. But you can probably also find that link on our Twitter feed and in a bunch of different other places. It went up, oh God, I don't even know, like 4 or 5 days ago, maybe. It's pretty active as far as we can tell. Like it's very cozy, very kind, very nice. That's the way we want to keep it. So that's what we all need right now, I think. I definitely do. Check it out. It's cool. There's a lot of cool people there. But not only that, we also use that to announce that we're going to double our shows. So instead of only having the podcast every other week on Friday, we're going to have another show that right now is called Into the Depths, the Noita miniseries. And it's probably going to go 4 or 5 episodes long. And it's going to be with Bennett Foddy, because he's played hundreds of hours of that game. And none of us have. So it's going to be a nice little like book reading, game playing club. Hey everyone in the chat. Maybe I should go back and look at some of that. We'll get to that later. If there's anything up higher up on the chat, bring it up again and I'll address it. But yeah, so there's going to be a whole other show, which is a little bit scary because it's a lot more work, a lot more preparation. But also, I've wanted this for a while. You all, people who've been here for a while, know this. I've said it a billion times. That's the thing I've been trying to get to announce probably since November or December, but we couldn't commit to it. And then we said after GDC, and then GDC didn't happen, et cetera, et cetera. So it's happening. It's finally happening. We're going to do that thing that we talked about. Also, if you're watching right now, later today, the show that we recorded yesterday with Tyreek Plummer is going to go up. Talked a lot about Catacomb Kids, but also just a lot about creativity and working and process, as we always do. So I had a great time. I think everything's a little bit off kilter these days. I definitely felt a little bit off kilter. I really hadn't played a whole lot of Catacomb Kids, but I played it for the show, and Tyreek's a pleasure to talk to, so I'd highly recommend you go check that out. And before I start playing this game, I don't know what you all are watching this on, but I had to switch computers this week because my old computer was really starting to flake out again. Like, it was giving me kernel error 41, which is basically just your power supply is borked in some way. Or I think I said this before, I took pressured air into it and just cleaned it out, and it worked for another 2 months, but then it flaked out again. So anyway, I switched computers, and because of that, I only realized this morning that I didn't have OBS installed on this one, so I had to do all that setup. So if the audio levels are off in any way, which I hope they're not, but if they are, please let me know, and I'll make my greatest effort to fix that. Also, looks perfect to me, says Del Reno. Great. Oh my God, Hexel Space says, Mobo screws have sometimes gotten me. That's literally the reason I stopped building computers myself. I used to have a computer in 2003 that I literally had on the wall on a chunk of foam, because if I screwed the motherboard into the main case, it would crash all the time. And people thought it was an art project. And I was like, no, I just have to do that because that's the only way I can play Warcraft 3. But it didn't, I mean, it's like cooling for free, kind of, right? It's just weird because I had set in such a way that you had to turn on the computer with a pen by shorting 2 pins, which is how you turn on a computer. Anyway, I'm on a new computer, and because of that, the default settings, which I did not change, are now that this is supposedly running at 1080 at 60 frames. Before it was running at 720p at 30 frames. So, and it's telling me that it can really do it. I have a bunch of green lights here on the screen, so we shall see. But again, if you're watching this, yeah, hot wiring your BIOS. Exactly, Sportprint. Pretty much hot wiring your BIOS. I've worked with that computer for 4 years until I bought a new computer, but after that I never built a computer on my own again. Because of course that motherboard screw thing was no one's fault, right? I'd rather have someone I can send something to fix it for me. Oh boy. Okay, so also I don't actually have any characters in this version. This is so funny. I love how Spelunky doesn't use cloud saves at all. Right? So now I find myself in a world of Spelunky. Oh god, I'm going to get a million journal entries. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ooh, look. I killed. Yeah, this is going to be amazing. Oh my god. I guess I could have been, if I had at all planned, I mean, I think this is hilarious, but if I had all planned this, then I would have taken the save, right? I would have just copied the save over, because then that wouldn't have been a problem. But now, of course, it's funny because every time I kill a thing that I don't know yet, boo! Journal entry entered. Wow, I killed one bat in my Spelunky career. It prefers eating bugs, but I don't think I've ever read these. Larger than your average household ride. Don't let it get the drop on you. Man, this is amazing. I love it. Delverino says the game is going to be like killed Yama on your first run. Congrats. Yeah, let's see if I can do that. Wow, that would be amazing. If the game actually acknowledged that you are so good at this game that you beat it on the first try. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because boy oh boy did my run today. What was that? Oh, yeah, okay. My PS4 run went so bad. Like, I whipped a orange frog above the Ankh shop for no reason at all, right? And I stood there in shock that I'd done it, thinking, what am I gonna... And before I could finish that thought, the shopkeepers killed me. Oh my god, Sportprint says, waiting for Clippy to pop up. I see you're interested in shopkeepers. I'd love it. All of those things would be great. Of course, I'm not going to get to my favorite character here, which... This is a nice shop. I mean, in absence of bombs, that's about as good as it gets, right? Yeah, I would have liked to have my little ninja guy, right? Like, my ninja dude's just... He's the coolest. Oh, this is an interesting situation. That's probably not worth bombing for. Sorry. But I'm definitely getting all this money. Yeah, if I need 2 bombs to get to a thing, to a crate, I'm usually... I think I've said this so many times before, I don't think it's worth it. Ooh, paste. I'm going to learn all the terminology now. Mines. Paste. Because sometimes I call it glue. Okay. Let's just make sure I'm not forgetting. Come on, let's go in here. I don't know exactly why I'm doing this. Well, I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss the key. Sorry if I'm a little bit slow today. It's just like this additional overhead of hoping that the stream doesn't crash. Because I'm running at what is not the recommended frame rate for quote-unquote beginners. Which, let's face it, I still am. Delverino, then you could go on the reviews and say, boo, only 1 hour playtime, too easy, not worth the money. Wow. Yeah, Hexel, you're right. Matic for the box. Of course. Those are like, that again, you'd think that after thousands of hours, I would not make that same mistake, but yeah, you're right. Obviously, I needed to Matic myself to that box. No, you are 100,000% correct. That was my bad. Okay. Because I do think that the Matic has a minimal amount of uses. And it's probably more than 10 is what my guess would be. Oh boy. I thought that was going to work. Turns out it wasn't. Oh, God, now I have to wait. Do you ever buy kisses? I do sometimes, Del Reno. I do. Not very often, but it's happened. Especially if I'm like not feeling safe and I feel like I need a little bit more health. Kevin Thompson says stream is running smooth and looks great. Great. I'm happy to hear that. Because I've been thinking of switching to like actual like the resolution that this thing works at for a while now, and I just never did it because honestly no one ever complained. I'm a sucker for frame rate. Like we're streaming games right now for my classes and some of my students seem to be okay with 10 to 15 frames, but I can't play games that way and I also can't watch them that way. Right? Like I keep on telling people one of the greatest inventions of my lifetime is this G-Sync monitor that I'm playing on because boy do I love that monitor. Shadow DX says probably the machete anyway for the box. Yeah, of course, but whatever. Hey, Docky, kisses are worth buying if you're about to murder. Yeah. And also, like, there's a point in the game that always pops up where where money just stops meaning anything. Like, you just don't need it anymore. I just don't want to miss the key. The number of times I've died in the spider level because the chest or something else was like super close to all the spiders is a lot. That number is high. We're on 1-4 and we still haven't seen, I mean, unless someone's in the chat like frantically telling me you already missed. Man, okay, none of this, I don't like any of this and I have the paste, right? So I don't really need to kill those dudes. Okay, there's the key. That's good news. I did not see the chest near the big spiders. So let's hope it stays. Nope, it's right there. Great. Okay, this is fine. Wow, a lot of spider webs. Big spiders are OP, says Shadow DX. So here's the thing. If you have spike boots, they're really, and you have like some basic platforming skills, it's probably like dying to them once or twice until you realize that you don't ever have to die to them at all. I think. Again, I may be oversimplifying it by a little because I played the game so much. Yeah, so Docky says small spiders are OP. That I actually agree with. Because you all like the again, this is terminology. Oh man, there's so much stuff up there. So the danger with that box is if I push the box into the skull and then the skull goes over the edge, that will trigger the box. So that's just straight up bad. But I could try to see if I can do a skilled throw here. Nope. Let's Matic our way into that. It's 127. You know what? I'm not doing that. Am I doing that? Am I doing this? Am I really doing this? I'm doing it. Because the ghost is obviously going to come from the left now. Do I want to do this? No, I'm not going to risk it. I know that there's going to be some Spelunky Pro now that says, oh, that's the easiest thing in the world. Just do X, right? But like, I've died to bombs randomly. Ah, cool. Ghost. Yep. This is, I love how, if people don't watch this, they're going to be looking at me like, huh, this guy's played the first time. No crate left behind. Yeah, Docky, I couldn't do it. Scorpions and pots. Also super bad. Unparalleled Dev says small spiders are somehow always perfectly on the top of the screen when I ignore them, especially in dark levels. I mean, dark levels, they just drop from the ceiling. You can't see them. I've died to them so many times. Yeah, Del Reno Ghost. What's a ghost? I haven't seen that in journal yet. Hexel Space. The bits from Skull can blow up Explosive Box 2 and Blood, I think. Yeah, they're very sensitive to everything. Ooh, look! The mine. Wait, no, jungle. The mines. Look at this new space I've never seen before. It's amazing. Okay. Okay, nothing. Okay. I guess I shouldn't expect... I mean, sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes the black market is like right here on 2-1. I have to admit, I do love it. Oh, oh. A dicky trap! Look, it's so cute! Oh no, it's not. It's not cute at all. It's the worst. The Tiki Trap, probably in the top 10 things I've died to of all time in Spelunky, is my gut feeling. Wow, what am I doing here? Where is the... I don't want to lose this character to the... Okay, let's try something else. Nope, not good. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to dig my way down into here. Oh, great, perfect. And then you go in there. Nice. Let's get out of here. Okay. Delverino says, right now you've never died to anything. I wonder how long you can keep it up. Something's going to do me in today, I have a feeling. Whoa. Black market. You may be able to purchase some one-of-a-kind items in this hidden place. Interesting. I wonder if, design-wise, Derek has, like, the path hidden in the journal. I guess I've never really known, but I should pay attention to it because this is a unique situation. Okay, so it's a spooky black market too, which means that maybe somewhere there's a shotgun under a tombstone. Jiangxi. Yeah, that's definitely not what I've ever called them. Is that like a ghost stories, like mythological creature? And I say ghost stories because my reference point for this is Ghost Stories, the board game. Which, if you've never played that and you like board games, it's amazing. Amazing. And amazingly hard. Chinese folklore, yeah, that's what I think it is from too. Ghost Stories is a up to 4-player cooperative game where you're trying to defend a city or a town, your town, from ghosts that are coming in. Oh boy. How many bombs do I have? 22. Oh, that's good. Good. I hate to say it, but I'm not really paying attention right now. See, that was unnecessary. You guys see how the top of the mattock just randomly flew over? Okay. What was that? Shopkeeper! Okay, this is not great. Oh, okay, fine. Thank you. I don't have to do that for every single thing I pick up. What is going on? Okay. Is that guy dead? What is that? I don't think this is no longer this is no longer okay for kids. Wow. That does not look good. No, let's avert our eyes, kids. Let's avert our eyes from whatever that was. But also, it just doesn't look good. Like it doesn't look good for us. I'm gonna say. Like, I'm gonna have to end that right now in the hopes that. What was that even happening? Was that art? Yeah, that was it. Okay. A magical artifact that symbolizes eternal life. Okay, that hints at the fact that what it does is revive you, but it says nothing about its relationship to. I think I'm just gonna go this way. about its relationship to the path, right? Oh, of course, that's where the shotgun would be, right? All the way in the bottom right. Okay, the chat's pretty lively. What? Let's see. Let's take a quick break here just to look through it. I think it's Chinese. Yeah, Chinese hopping ghost from folklore. Says Docky Delverina, do you have platform jump code that you recommend to your students? Not really. Not really. And you say, I've been trying to make one that feels good and it's a real deep rabbit hole. It is. Bennett has some code in his class where he tries to reverse engineer the original Super Mario Brothers jump. And he does a really good job of it with not too many parameters, but I don't have any code for it. I should. I really, really, really should. But also, I say that as I say this, I'm thinking, oh wait, but if I had code again, then it would bias them towards always using that code and not figuring it out for themselves. It's a double-edged sword, right? It's the the Nealon Gage continuum. Because I used to be the one who is like, perfect information is the best way to design anything, and Zach Gage was like, I need to be a buffoon in order to design anything, and we've both met in the middle, right? Sort of, kind of, not really. Docky says, I wish the holding breath somehow was part of the hopping ghosts. Oh, that would be... I mean, it would add to the complexity, but I do like the idea. Okay, then that other weird stuff happened. Out of can Spelunky Baba Dabadoo is trying to throw the corpse and get stuck. Oh, yeah, man, it's true. But I got stuck halfway through the animation. Hacksaw says, every game's jump system should be made and heavily tweaked based on the game. True. Although, you know, there's that common wisdom that Mario 64 was designed on a plane to make the jump feel good, and then they built the world around it. I still like the idea, well, I don't want to go too deep on this, but I still like the idea that you could have a parameterized level designer. Now, just if you had a procedural content generator for a level, say Spelunky, where the parameter, where the height of the blocks was also a parameter, you could start like tweaking parameters of your world, and it would also tweak the parameters of the jump. If it's just a uniform scale, it's obviously boring, but if they were like somehow coupled in other ways, it could be interesting. But it's probably more interesting from a I need to write a paper for a PhD thesis point of view, and less from a let's just make a game. Docky says, how much do you want the design class to be tight tuning versus broad experience planning? I kind of like it balanced, but also it's a prototyping class, so there's only so much deep you can go. There's only so deep you can go per topic, right? For that kind of a class. And then you have to hope that there's other classes that there is other classes. I always don't like it when people do that because I think it's not okay to there are other classes that cover the specifics. I tend to like to be a little bit broader. Delvira says the hardest part for me is trying to do hitbox pinching stuff. In Unity, I end up just using a circle collider instead of a square. It generally works, but it's not perfect. Yeah, I think a lot of my students use square colliders, but they shift them around and make them bigger and smaller until it feels right. But again, there's nothing wrong with using a circle collider. Oh, Andy is clipping into another verbal plane. Is my audio clipping? I hope that's... Oh, Sportman, I don't know if that... I hope it's not. I hope it's a pun at me. Good. Okay. Docky says it sounds fine here. Please, anyone, if I ever go off into Lala basis transformation, blah, blah, blah land, please stop me. Please. It's not a good... I don't like doing that anymore. I just did a PhD in computer science, and there was a time when I only spoke that way. Docky says, I use a trail render, a particle trail to show my speed and jumping shape. That's cool, right? Because that's starting to sound like the Brett Victor talk on like trying to tweak the parameters, where he just like renders a billion different Tims from Braid, and then I pause, save out all the particle points, and then build an environment to suit it. Smart. Just cool. Shadow DX says, randomly change your jump parameters every level, but the level is the same, roguelike variant. All those things sound interesting as experiments. Who knows whether they play well? I think that's the value of prototyping. Um, Docky says I worked on more than one project where I had to design content around some horrible controls because the coders sucked. That's a communication issue, right? Making good content from bad content. Ah, man, that sounds like that's a not great job, right? That's when it starts turning into a job and not actually a pleasurable activity. Which is why I think so many people make games on their own, right? Which is a little bit unfortunate, but also you don't have to deal with the communication issue. Like this year, and I've mentioned this before, right? This year is the first time that my students have to work in teams of 2 because I just have too many in the prototyping class. And I was very worried that that wasn't going to go well, but it's actually going really well. But yeah, they have to communicate a lot. Ooh, there's a bat over there. Let's... 31 bombs? Use your bombs. Use your bombs. See? Crisis averted. Oh, what was that? Okay, so someone earlier said... spiders, small spiders are OP. I think it was Docky. Frogs, blue frogs, are heavily underrated as a source of difficulty in this game. Yes, they are perfectly predictable, and their arc never changes, right? Unlike the Jiangji or the ghost creatures, but man, that doesn't matter. Brett's here. That's so funny. Yeah, Brett. Literally, I was just thinking of you when I bombed that tiki trap. I was like, oh, Brett's gonna say always use your bombs. Yeah, that's literally what just happened. Docky says a good start to my design career because I can cope with my own terrible code. Yep. Delverino says programming as a pair is surprisingly fun. I had to do it for one of my comp sci classes. I always did pair. That's how I learned how to code. I did pair programming in like Java Beans and Java Enterprise Java Beans server backend stuff. And I just pair programmed all the time with a friend, and we were working at a company together, and the company encouraged that, so it was fun. Blue frog in water, hard to predict jump, says Hexel Space. Yeah, and now the plus version of that is the orange frog that jumps in the water, or you trigger it, falls in the water, turns blue. Now you think it's going to blow up, and it doesn't. Frogs and spiders are the worst, says Docky. Shoudiek says, oh yeah, you guys are communicating. Delverino, well, that's cool. Blue frogs are the true... Yeah, blue frogs are the true purveyors of the death by 1,000 paper cuts. Right? It's if you're not paying attention... Wait, now I'm going to be... If you're not paying attention to what's going on in your game, why am I still trying to go everywhere? Like, I literally have... Oh, this is not good. Right, so this is another case where I'm going to do this. Oh no! No, no, no! This is bad, this is bad, this is bad, 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 bad. Bad news! Bad news. Okay. Crisis averted. But I don't like what's happening here. Because that's what's... So, yeah. Okay, all of that was unnecessary. That was a lot of life lost. For no good reason, right? It's because that little one height water patch here that I'm again, this is total overkill what I'm doing right now, right? Like I could have also just gone in there and whipped the piranha, but I was like, I only have 2 health, it's not worth the risk. Yeah, Hexel Space says, wow, some true nasty water frog combo. Also just me being at 5 health and being like, I'm gonna be fine, and yeah, it's unnecessary. Shoudiek says, can't pair program, I have no friends. I got lucky. I started that job with a friend of mine who started CS with me in 99. And that person is now the co-CEO of that company because he just stuck with it, and I can't do anything more than 3 years. Delverino says you should contact Derek and have that description swapped for the frog, the true purveyors of death by 1,000 paper cuts. Maybe he can update that in Spelunky 2. After all, Docky says, after all the beware blue frogs talk. Yeah. Sparkman says, Andy, any interest in Stafford beer and cybernetics? I don't. So I'm just going to say right away, I'm the worst person to have a PhD in computer science of all times, I think. Like, I have a couple of colleagues who are as aloof about it as I am, or even more so. But yeah, I don't I don't really practice computer science anymore. I love teaching it, and I love telling. Whoa. Okay, that was my Chrome notifications. Maybe I'd stop my calendar real quick so that doesn't happen again. Of course, you guys didn't see the pop-up. The pop-up was call dad. So I have to call my dad after this, which I guess is in half an hour, according to my planner. This is a little bit tricky, but not impossible. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, there's bombs up there. I guess I should... Well, that guy's not coming out, right? And 28 bombs is more than enough. Burp, says the man burping. So... Ugh, this is not great. Right, because the shopkeeper over there is still alive. I really don't like this. I think I could make that. Could I make that? Let's try something different. Let's do this instead. Okay, let's get out of here. Worth going for the shop bombs. Del Rito asks, nah. Shadix says bring him on the show. Bring who on the show? The Cybernetics dude? No. I don't know. I'm starting to lose context. Sorry. Try to get him to Cybernetics. I was thinking references structures more than CS. Sorry, I'm blanking right now. Oh boy, look. The ice caves. The thing that for the first 10 episodes of the show, we incorrectly called the mines the caves. Oh boy. I don't have spiky boots. I just realized. Not a great thing for the ice caves to not have spiky boots. Actually, generally not a great thing to not have spiky boots. Right? Because things don't die. Oh, okay. Oh, chat paused due to scroll. Docky says, a roguelike generates distracting calendar notifications. That could be fun. Wait, do I have the climbing gloves? I do. I do have the climbing gloves. So let's be smart and at least try to get the cup of Kali. Because I think I saw the altar down there, right? Yes, I did. No, I'm not going into any alternate places. Everyone, I'm sorry. I can't pull that off. I know. Oh, see how nice. Sometimes Spelunky is just generous, right? I was just like said, wouldn't it be nice if I had spiky boots? Which are not called spiky boots. They're called something else. I could have looked it up, but I didn't. Okay, where's... Oh boy. There we are. Okay, so... Situation as follows. This is what I think my good friend Doug Wilson would call surgical extraction, right? Where I'm doing like, I'm just using all the tools. Oh, Hacksaw says bring the blue frog on the show. Your dad on show. Got it. My dad, oh my god, he'd be like, what are you doing? That would be funny. Though getting my dad set up to like be able to use Discord at 87, I think is a lost cause. He's cool though. Delverino, regarding journal hiring in the path, the picture of the ice caves has the head in it. Oh, interesting. If you don't have spiky boots, you can get more brownie points from Kali though. Taki says cup of Kali. Nice. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to get back to this game. Where are we right now? Okay. I'm definitely losing control here. Boy. All the moments in this game where I'm like barely surviving and you never know, right? You'd be like, oh, that looked fine. No, that ray gun, that ice ray gun that just flew at me and could have like, I mean, it would have been funny because if it would have knocked me into the abyss, it would have been fine because the head is here. Okay, I'm definitely going to bomb that, right? So one of the things I do like to do in this level, where I know I have to kill myself anyway, normally, is to find, far on the left, I think, find the pug. What's going on here? Oh, there. Okay. That's a nice thing that some people don't know. You can't whip the Yetis. I mean, you can, it just doesn't do anything. Right. So what am I doing here? When you kill yourself in this level, which is what you have to do anyway, you go back to 4 health. But if you save the pug, then you go up to 5 health, which is a really nice thing. And now I just discovered for the first time that there's a spring. That's what that's called? I call them jump pads. Hacksaw Unit says, I would buy a sacrificial mug merch. Oh yeah, I would totally do it. Oh, I love it. Hacksaw says, you almost got conked by the freeze ray. So some people saw it along with me. But again, it would have been hilarious, right? Because it would have been perfectly fine to get zonked here. I also love how this bright white screen is illuminating my face. Okay. Ankh Headjet. That's another thing I tend to forget. Let's get out of here. Okay. Hexel Space says, yeah, also because Mammoth Drop Ray is rare. Is it rare? I mean, I know it's not common, but if in like magic terminology, I probably would have said it's uncommon, because I do feel it happens relatively often, but maybe I'm totally off on that. I don't actually know the numbers. And also a thing that I don't like in the ice caves is not having, it's not the end of the world, especially since I have a cape and the climbing gloves. But there's a lot going on here right now, and I don't like not having the compass. Like, I do like knowing where the exit is, but also it's probably not that important right now. My right trigger is getting stuck on the controller. Oh boy, video game streamer problems. Wow, that's a nice shop. I think what I do here is I just do that for a while. Oh, this is hilarious. Right, because I can kind of get the shopkeeper triggered just by doing what I'm doing right now. There we go. But of course, I have to be a little bit careful now. Okay, and they both took off. Great. Fantastic. Man. I'm pretty sure I've never done that before. Would have been nice if shopkeeper had left me the shotgun, but no. What a helpful little alien. Yup. Yeah, the mammoths had me scared a little bit too. Sporeprint F says it's like Centipede. Oh my god, that's so funny. It is like Centipede. I'm not going to paste the link here right now, but because you just said Centipede, about 5-6 years ago, I interviewed Donna Bailey, the original creator of Centipede, and that talk is still on YouTube somewhere. So if you ever want to, and she's, oh my god, that was maybe one of my top 5 favorite interviews I've ever done. You can definitely Google it. Dodging the beam is really worth a single bomb. Probably not. Brett says, I have not seen you do it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. And Brett does watch me a lot. Actually, 100 Space Invaders. Astronomical. Oh, hey, man. How's it going? I assume that the ooh nice is with respect to Donna Bailey. But yeah. Oh, yeah. And someone just linked to it. It's probably shitty quality, but she was great. Great. Man, all the stuff she said off the record at dinner afterward was even better. Which I can't repeat here because it was mostly, well, whatever. This was pre Me Too, and she was already saying like, yeah, you know what? A lot of men in games are not great people. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with you. Sorry, dude. This is not... so now I just have to find the exit. Let's get out of here. No, let's not do that either. So I have the strong suspicion that the exit is over here. Let's not be stupid, please. That was hilarious. I didn't even want to get catapulted up there, but sure, I'll take it. No, I'm not going in the ship. I know I should, but I'm not doing it. I mean, some of the most fun things I remember from the actual talk were like just the stuff that you'd expect, right? The shopkeeper's still alive. Yeah, I have to trigger the shopkeeper. The stuff that you'd expect, which is like, oh, they had to, like, their style of making games was, I would say, almost closer to meditation. Oh no, shopkeeper's done. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, sorry, Hexel. One day I'll go to the alien ship, but I'll die right away. I'll insta-die in the alien ship because I don't know what I'm doing. It was just like the style of programming back then, right? You had to like make it, burn it to an EEPROM, and then wait 2 hours until that finished, and then you could play test your game, and then realize that you put in a bug and you had to fix it again and wait another 2 hours. Right, so stuff like that is just so different from the immediacy we have now. And obviously, for all those things, you'd say, of course it's better, right? That we now can do all this stuff in high speed, right? And, you know, I don't want to put Brett on the spot here, but Brett's probably like, of the people I know here, and I don't want to say that none of you are experienced programmers, but like Brett's the person who I know who has like a lot of engine programming experience. So I'm pretty sure that the idea even... Ooh, that's not good. Let's not go there. That the idea of even having to... Yeah, Brett DeWill says it's like working a big Unity project for consoles. So I guess some stuff never changes, right? But it's like you can't do the style of fast iterations. Like you couldn't do that back then. It just didn't exist. Like the tech wasn't there. Oh boy, I do not like when I'm... Oh, okay, that worked. That worked just fine. Wow, and that didn't even trigger... That did not even trigger the shopkeeper. So let's keep it that way. Let's keep bombing this stuff away so I can cautiously and carefully get in here surgically and just stick the shopkeeper, right? Because I'm going to go to the shopkeeper's level right here. Wait till facing the other direction and then get the hell out of here, right? Okay. Scepter. Thanks, Scepter. Speaking of console, not console, I never use a debugger, just the debug.log. Docky, I think the only time I've ever used a debugger is when Eddie forced me to, because of that bug that I think I'll always tell people as like the worst thing that's ever happened to me, which was that I had a pointer to a rendering interface because I was responsible for the renderer. And that pointer got invalidated on a regular basis and through, you know, just an exception. Sometimes it wouldn't for obvious reasons, right? Because it sometimes magically landed in allocated space or point to allocated space. So it was one of those esoteric bugs, but it turns out Eddie was walking off the end of an array and constantly overwrote my pointer. And the only way to find that was to set the debugger to a change breakpoint. So whenever the pointer changed, it would then it would tell us what was going on and you could see what was happening. Brett says, one of the first things I did on a fairly big project when I joined the team was to take the build times from around 20 minutes for a full build down to 3. Nice. Isn't that the main thing that John Blow complains about these days? Like everything's just taking too long, and that's why he's making his own programming language that doesn't have those problems, or just everything. The builds are always much faster. Like I think he had that set up somehow for. Okay, I need to concentrate a little bit. He had that set up for the build process for the Witness too, right? Where it was just like, oh yeah, everything's in files. The builds are super fast. Right. So let's see. Ba-ba-doo-ba-doo. Chris Hall says debugger is so easy in Unity if you're using that. But yeah, debug.log is better 9 out of 10 times. Physical structure. Yeah, like dependencies in C++, I assume. A lot of stuff like that. Yeah, he thinks it's too slow, so he made his own language. Yeah. He, smart dude. Oh boy, don't do that. Brett says dependencies including more stuff than you need to. Yeah, I've always noticed that that's a problem, but also I'm talking out of my butt here. I never had the experience of working on a large shipping project. Like, I wouldn't call Osmos a large project. I mean, it wasn't small, but most of the stuff I've ever quote unquote shipped was like research code. Oh, that was dangerous. Was research code, right? Ugh. I don't like this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that problem real quick right there, so that it doesn't become a bigger problem. And then let's do this. Fine. Scarab. Flying insect made of pure gold. I love it. Okay, so where's it's the other side, right? It's not here. Yep, it's not here. Great. Thank you. I don't like this. Let's 51 bombs. So now I'm gonna fully follow Brett's advice. I'm just gonna bomb my way over there instead of trying to like jump over the Book of the Dead, right? Which is just has bad idea written all over it. Like, I'm gonna probably mess up if I do that. Did that already trigger? Let's not risk it. Why should I? Right? Well, that definitely didn't trigger yet. Yeah, this is all I'm doing. I'm doing this in order to avoid dying to something that's like just stupid. Right? So again, right now, what I need to do here is make sure that I don't die to the shopkeeper. I still have 40. Oh, okay, that was bad. Wait, where'd he go? Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, let's not get out of here. Okay, this still has bad idea written all over it. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Okay, I have to take a very brief moment after that because that was too close. Oh man. I like the reuse of light bugs in this level. Oh, yep. Helpful bugs in the dark levels. Jeez, yeah, wow. Oh man. Yeah. I love Delverino says it right. That's one of my favorite things when you're already on the walking out the door animation. Nothing can hit you, but it looks like they're just hovering over you, and it's like a depth trick. I would have loved the shotgun, right? Because now I have to use bombs for things that I just used the infinite shotgun for, right? Like, I don't want that guy to become an issue, and I obviously don't want this guy to become an issue. So now I'm just going to wait these guys out. Well, I can actually just do this. Okay, I think that's on the other side. I don't like when that happens, but fine. Right, I like to, this is nitpicky stuff, right? I like to be able to like climb up the side of the wall instead of use a rope. Man, I'm so picky. Ugh, bomb. I wonder what was in that box. Oh, I don't wonder what was in that box because it's probably those gloves. So I'm just going to do this because I promise I do it for the show and for Nick and everyone else on the show. If you joined later, welcome. We now have a Discord server that you can join, and the link is somewhere all the way at the top of this chat. I'll definitely paste it in here once or twice before the show ends. We do a lot of announcements there, including the fact that in the off weeks of the podcast, we will now also have a Into the Depths mini-series. It's going to start with Noita, and we're always going to have a guest on who's like maybe more skilled at the game than us and a big fan of the game. First guest is going to be Bennett Foddy, because yeah, he's played like 100 plus hours of Noita, and I think a lot of people on our Discord server already said that they've been playing it a lot. I have not yet. I've played it maybe 5 hours. Hexel Spaces, Into the Depths, Into the Breach. I've already gone pretty deep on Into the Breach, but I would not be opposed to doing that again, because I assume that not everyone on the show has. Wait, did I just clear that? Yeah, I cleared it. Man. When you've played the game as often as I have, you might confuse a previous run with another run, which is not a great fact, but I think it holds true. Let's see. Boop. Goodbye. What's the journal entry? Olmec. Legend has it Olmec's curse keeps people trapped in the caves. Huh. Okay. Is that a procedural content generation reference? I'm not sure. Daki says, I was surprised you didn't double drop the bomb onto the shopkeeper. Yeah, I could have done that too. What I was going to go for is like bombing my way down on the side and then throwing the bomb straight, because I have the throwing the mitt. But that didn't work, right? Ba-ba-doo-ba-doo. Into the Depths. Ben is a joy to listen to outside of getting over it. Yeah, he also named it. I should give credit where credit's due, right? We had like a list of names that we were going through, and like, hey Ben, what do you think? And he's like, oh, I don't like any of these. Call it Into the Depths. And we were all three of us or four of us were like, oh, that's great. And it turns out Ben's just really good at naming, right? Quap is good. Things that he does have good names. He thinks about a lot. Into the Breach is fantastic, says Unparalleled. I agree. I think everything that duo touches, the two games they've done up to now, are amazing. Yes, Olmec is who rearranges the world. Oh, it's true, Brett. It is true. It is Olmec. Yang's journal refers to it too. Oh boy. The Spelunky beginner here. Hell. What are those? Imps. Okay. So I obviously don't want to get killed by that, so let's not. Let's bomb it away instead. Spike ball. Oh no! I've angered Kali. No, Kali, I don't want to anger you. Okay, let's use the bombs. Let's use the bombs. I'm sorry, Kali. Because those little dudes are a pain, right? Let's do this. Gotta go. Thanks for the stream, Del Reno. You're always welcome. Always welcome, as always. Let's get rid of this stuff. Docky says Ben Foddy has a good name, so he gets it from his father. Yeah, it's true. It's a good name. Let's keep on using the bombs, because why die with extra bombs? Right. Here's how I do this. And I don't have Vlad's Amulet. I would have never been able to name that. Tobias, without naming Olmec, of course, but to the content proc gen, it's canon. Okay, got it. So I normally sometimes work my way down there, but I don't think that's worth it right now. Oh boy, it's not. Try not to take a bunch of hit from these spiders if at all possible. Okay. Okay, great. There's the exit. Again, I'm not gonna. No unnecessary risks here for me right now. Got it. Okay. Docky says, does that amulet make you lava proof? It makes me immune to the fiery guys, which they have a nice. Oh, Doc says OP spiders. Yeah, I don't think it makes me lava proof. I think if I fall into the lava, I still die. I'm pretty sure that that's true. What am I doing here? What was that? Vampire ghost. Huh. That page turning animation makes me think I should play Hearthstone again for some reason. Oh no, oh no, oh no. So you see that bad stuff can still happen, right? So what happened there is that the pot still hit me. Shadowdeck says lava proof. You can swim in the lava now. Oh really? Okay, I think I knew that, but see, the thing is, better safe than sorry. I don't want to try stuff if I'm not sure that that's the case. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm not sure if this happened on the stream, but I have died once. Exactly once to that, whatever that creature is, which I can now not look up. Okay, let's just do this. Because this is the easiest. Should kill him. Wait, what? Really? Oh, that's so nice. Ugh. Okay, well, this is going to cost me... Whoa. Everyone, may I introduce you to the wonderful thing that I call muscle memory? That's what just happened. Or just, like, trigger gut reactions. Like, I just shot, and I hit, right? Normally, that's insta-death. Yeah, nice reflex, exactly. I was like... That was not... I did not have that in my brain. That was not something I was actively... Oh boy, what am I doing here? Stop it. Stop it. These are the moments when I wish that I had the compass. So that I knew where the exit was. Ah! I love it when my little fiery helpers beat up on people. For some reason, it's just so hilarious. So again, because that could be the succubus, and I have 29 bombs, I have zero desire to figure that out. So let's do this instead. Did that? Sorry if you're... I also know that I can actually figure... Yeah, that was the succubus. You can figure that out just by paying attention to their to the pattern of the repetition pattern of their screams. Because if it's double as fast, then it's the succubi or the succubus. Right. Like that now should, yeah, that's a real. Hey, buddy, it's a real pug who I should probably save. But also now I don't know where the you jerks. Sorry, I have to get rid of you right there. I don't know which side the shopkeeper's on. So I'm gonna have to... Oh, it's over there. Oh, and he's dead. Because who could possibly survive all these tiki traps? Yeah. So under normal circumstances, if I don't like totally mess up now, this is gonna be it. So regular says, what does succubus do? What does it attack you? Hey, Alex. Doggy says, whenever I have muscle memory, I get all clammy. Can we ban Hacksaw Unit? Why? Is something going on here that I should be more aware of? What does so the succubus latches onto you and I think stuns you, and that's always a way to die. Brett says only a man who uses bombs can survive that many tiki traps. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Thanks to you being here. Because also I'm going to get 24... Oh, that clammy pun. Yeah, it's funny. Whenever you have muscle, you get muscle. Oh, man. Okay. I didn't read it. I didn't read it properly. Oh, careful. That is funny. Docky, you of all people should appreciate that pun. Man, my wife should be on these streams. She loves puns. Wait, so ShadowDX, you're saying that I could even fall into this lava and swim in it? because that would be amazing. Like, I was not aware of that, if that's actually possible. Test it. I'm not going to test that under any circumstances right now. I want to beat this more than anything. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. And there's the exit. And here comes the next little trick that I'm going to try to do without dying. Right? Yep, this is it. This is, yeah. Read Derek's book, watch Andy Hull talk about it on a YouTube chat with me. This is, the last level is not hard, right? If you know what to do, it's not hard, and it's on purpose. Okay, first time ever played Spelunky, and I beat it! Yes! Hey, Chris. Hey, yay, I did it. I never have to play again. I beat it on my first try. Now it would be funny if I actually had like a troll user on Steam and I could be like, that's really first time beat it right away, not hard enough. Yeah. This is really, really cool. Docky says Spelunky is less than an hour long. Boring Steam review and refund. Regular release or something. Oh no, sorry, regular. I think you're new to this thing. No, in the beginning I mentioned I had to switch computers. And yeah, I think you get it. I had to switch computers, and because of that, I didn't copy over the save, and Spelunky doesn't have cloud saves. So it's basically pretending I've never played the game before. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that, right? So normally I'd show you this nice little trailer, but I'm going to skip over that. Let's see. Signal Exception already played. Mima Sweets. Who else? Yeah, as you can see again, I'm not getting around to playing this. Nice. I'd like to play it more on Steam, but quite frankly, getting teaching working has been hard. It's been really hard to teach online. Not impossible, but it's hard. Brett says, cheers. Yep. Hexel says, I loved when I reinstalled and lost my save. I really enjoyed unlocking stuff with a Tall Man a second time. It's kind of fun to do. It's kind of fun to do to see all that stuff again. Kevin says, breakfast night now. Yeah, I wish, but also I'm 3 minutes behind the call your dad appointment. So I'm going to tell everyone, go call your dad, or call your mom, or call your parents, see how they're doing. Docky says, I'm Spelunky and Animal Crossing only. Good combo. I started playing Doom Eternal, but I kind of can't stomach that right now, and they didn't on-ramp it as nice as the first one. I kind of want to get into Animal Crossing, but I played a ton of New Leaf, and I think there's only so much Animal Crossing I can do. But I should try it. Kevin says, oh, sorry, brunch Noita. Yeah, Noita flakes. I'm going to be playing a lot of Noita in the next couple of weeks, right? I should probably just randomly turn on the stream when I do that. If people want that, I'll do it. And I might do it always like 10 minutes before my Noita stream, so that people know that it's coming. But yeah, I won't put it up on the Twitter account. And you should just be subscribed to this Twitch channel if you want to know when that happens. Animal Crossing is best played for a while. Best for the tiny amount while sleepy. Says Docky, that sounds good. If I could limit myself when I'm playing games. JC Suron, hello. Having a random Noita stream would be good. Okay, gonna happen. Kevin says announce it in Discord. Yeah, I can definitely announce it in Discord. I just don't want to clutter the Twitter account with, hey, I'm gonna do it right now. Hey, I'm gonna do it right now, because it's kind of more for the show. But yeah, I'll definitely announce it in Discord. I kind of feel bad right now that I didn't announce this in Discord, because I definitely wanted to, but then this whole OBS snafu, which it wasn't, right? Like, if I had said nothing, you probably all would have just been like, oh, the stream works just fine. I was a little bit worried that it would crash if I go to 60 frames in 1080p, but I guess it's fine. No one complained. So let's keep it at that. Unparalleled Dev says, what's the Discord link? Let's give you that right now. Invite people, copy. There you go. There's the Discord link. Because with that, I'm going to say I'm over time. And because I still want to talk to my dad before, whoops, I didn't want to do that. Come on. Let's get the focus back on the screen. Wow, thanks Spelunky for not reacting to that at all. Okay, let's do this then instead. I am going to sign off for today and say thank you all very much for watching. Thanks for watching me win my first quote unquote first ever Spelunky play on a new system. That counts as number 1 in the Friday lineups. Kevin says great stream, call your dad. Will do. And yeah, see if I can ever pull off the double daily again. But yeah, expect random Noita streams to go up, and if you all you visit for is this Friday show, then I'll see you in a week from now. You should check out the Discord. You should check out our upcoming show, Into the Depths Noita, the miniseries with Ben and Fadi. That's going to be on a podcast every other week in the off weeks of the show. And later today, for those watching this right now live, the show with Tyreek Plummer will go live on our feed. Thanks for watching. Be safe. Stay healthy. We're going to get through this together. Take care.